around, grab a drink, give yourself some nice deep breaths, and we are gonna get started. We'll start in a standing forward fold sequence. So when you're ready, join me at the mat, please. So starting off the flexibility section, we're gonna go into our forward fold sequence, and I'm just gonna start with a really easy rock between the toes and the heels. Little shoulder rolls. I'm gonna think about this string lifting out of the top of my head, shoulders back, navel to spine. I'm gonna go ahead and settle in. I'm gonna find that balance between the toes and the heels, outside and inside of the foot. We're gonna stand tall and breathe. When we think about that full, strong inhale, the ribcage expands. Full, strong exhale, the ribcage contracts. On your next inhale, we'll sweep the arms up, lifting tall, a big reach overhead. Hands press open as we hinge. Bring this. I'm going to start with bent knees, fingertips to the floor. We're going to start by pedaling through those legs. Pop one knee, straighten the other. I'm going to let the head relax forward. Shake the head no a couple of times. Both heels press to the floor, and I'm just going to drop my hips and then straighten. Drop my hips and straighten. One more. Now just let the knees relax a little bit. Slide the hands up to your thighs and unfold. One vertebra at a time, coming up super slow. And at the top, big inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge, leading with the heart, long, straight, flat back. And fingertips to the floor. This time, little straighter lines here, long, straight legs, long, straight back as you can. Now, go ahead and relax forward a little deeper. I'm going to widen my stance and bring my hands to my elbows. Taking this little forward fold, you can add a little swing. And back to center, soften your knees, releasing as we come up super slow, navel to spine. And at the top, a big inhale, arms up. And we'll exhale and fold forward. I'm going to lead with my heart, arms reaching out, and float the hands into the small of your back. And bring yourself into that forward fold. I'm going to interlace my fingers and press the knuckles away. Now I'm going to do another little bend and straighten here. My low back and glutes have been really tight, so I'm just kind of addressing some of that. So hopefully you benefit as well. Big press, knuckles to ceiling. I'm going to rest my hands in the small of my back, soften the knees, and unfold, bringing it up nice and slow, releasing the arms at the top, little shoulder rolls, and just a nice cleansing breath up and down. All right, so we're going to take our little walk into our downward facing dog. So starting off, there's that wall right down behind us. We're going to inhale, and on your exhale, peel. Drop the chin, rounding the back, scoop the belly, and slide the hands forward to meet the floor. We're going to take that little walk, bringing this out into your downward facing dog. And I'm going to start with a really easy pedal through the legs. Pop one knee and straighten the other. Both heels down. pushing your chest toward your feet. Let's take a little lift and lower. Both heels down, and then shifting forward into your plank. So if you need to make any adjustments, lower down into that plank. So I want to have my hips low. I don't want my booty up too high here. I want to keep it really strong. And I'm just going to move between my plank and my down dog a few times. I want to wake up that space in my back, that space right between the shoulder blades, that thoracic spine. So think about pushing your chest toward your feet and then shifting down, strong plank, and then back, really pushing your chest through your arms. Spread the weight through your hands, engaging, curling into the fingers, and push. One more. Big push forward, scoop the belly, and back into your downward facing dog. I'm just going to step my feet in a little bit. I'm going to separate them, and I'm going to take this opposite hand to ankle or calf. Reaching, twisting, looking under the arm. Bringing it back. Take the other side. Twist, reach, look. Back to center. Do that again. Spread the weight through the hand. Twist and look. And back to the floor. One more time. Twist, look, reach. And back to the floor. Pushing into your downward facing dog. And shifting forward into your plank. Let's chaturanga. So I'm going to set myself up in this plank. Want my elbows close as I lower to the floor, scoop the belly, and then all the way down. I'm going to extend my legs and turn my feet open just a bit. Coming up to a really small swan, baby cobra. Think about lengthening through the neck, pulling the shoulder blades down. And I'm going to lower forward, sliding the hands back a bit. We're going to inhale and exhale. Press it up, nice and tall. Shoulders back. And lower with control. And do that again. Big press up. And lower with control. Okay, so I am going to put a little scorpion with that little swan. So we're going to be getting a little bit twisty. So I want my feet to go about shoulder hip distance. And I'm going to replace my hands just right below my shoulders as we did just now. So for this one, I'm going to take my swan. I'm going to lift up nice and tall, belly button away from the floor. And I'm going to lower. I'm going to extend my arms out in the letter T. And actually, I'm going to extend my right arm, the letter T. I'm going to lift my left leg coming across. I'm getting a really great stretch here through the shoulder, the right shoulder and chest. And I'm using my left hand to press myself over. You can also take this arm up and back. And I'm going to come back over with control and bring this right arm in. We're going to take a swan, nice and tall, and lower. So I'm going to lengthen out that left arm. Right leg is going to lift, coming up and over, big stretch. Reaching my right arm up and back. Bringing it down and coming in with control. All right, so we're going to do that, and we'll do it a little more dynamically, so maybe not quite as long, quite as static in some of those stretches. So I'm going to press up, and I'm going to lengthen my right, twist my left, reaching, and then bring it across, and bring it in, and up, and down, left arm reach, reaching across, and bring it over, and bring it in, and up, and down. And this time, if you want to add that top arm, reaching back with, bring it in, and up, and lower, other side. Maybe the foot reaches the hand, maybe it doesn't. And that top arm is going to come open, and bring it over. Let's get one more each side, please. And right arm, left leg. Left arm opens if you want. Bring it in. And up. And down. Left arm, right leg. Right arm. Bring it in. And last time, let's get one more little swan. Pressing up nice and tall. Let's pop both feet up. Lift. And lower. Press back into a child's pose. Really allowing yourself to sink into that stretch. Let those hips release, the glutes, the low back. I'm going to reach out through my arms. All right, so we're going to come up to our knees. I'm going to place my blocks. We're going to get those hips and glutes, nice little stretch there. So just coming up to your knees, and we're going to step out with the right leg. So I'm just going to step this right foot forward, and I'm going to press my hip forward, and on this one, I'm going to press into my right knee. I want to think about pressing myself back just a little bit. So hip is pushing forward, my hands are pressing back. All right, so just ease off of that and pressing yourself back. And if you have your blocks handy and would like to use those, I'm just going to lean back, sitting my hips back a bit, stretching through the hamstrings. A little point and flex if you'd like. On this one, I like to also add that internal, external rotation, just a little bit here. And I'm going to shift forward and back. You can stay with this, just shifting forward and back, hamstrings and hip flexors, or work on sliding this front leg out into more of a split. Now, if you have the blocks, you can use them to brace yourself. You can use it to bring under that front leg to help you support in mostly a split. Or if you're feeling pretty good, feel like you're ready, taking it down. And we're different from day to day. We're different on each side. Now, another option is for you to turn this back toe under. Work on keeping that back leg really active. All right, so I'm just going to lean off. I'm going to bring it around and come back into a child's pose. So take your time, however you get here. I'm going to leave my hands on my blocks and let myself stretch through the arms. All right, so coming back into your kneeling position, we're going to get that left side, so bringing it nice and tall, step forward with that left foot, and I'm going to push that hip forward. So I'm going to push into this left leg, pushing myself back. Think about pushing the top of your back foot into the floor, helping to stabilize. All right, bringing my blocks in. I'm just going to shift back, finding that stretch for the hamstrings, little point and flex, and rotation. moving between those. Stay with this, or decide if you want to slide forward for a little more of a split. And even if you get right about here, hold it here. Think about breathing into those tight spaces. If you want to go out a little further, slide it out. You can put a block under that front leg. The other option here is to turn that back foot under. Nice and tall. Try to keep that back leg active. And I'm just going to ease off. I'm going to slide this back leg up. Take a couple of seated forward folds. So I'm going to sit up really tall, shoulders back. Now, if you have your strap, I want to use it here. We're going to inhale. I'm going to reach up, and I'm going to exhale. And I'm just going to pull it around my feet and pull myself into my forward fold. Now, if you don't have your strap and you want to reach for your toes or reach for the outside of the foot, that's another option. Easing forward, squeezing. And I'm going to bring this up. Bring that strap with me, coming back for a couple of easy little stretches, little rolls, excuse me. All right, let's do that again. So I'm going to take a big inhale. Arms are going to come up. Exhale. Fold it forward. I'm going to reach out over the heels, over the foot, and pull forward into that forward fold. Now, if you have a really good strong forward fold and you want to make it maybe a little stronger, add your block. Bring that block out over the feet and pull yourself into that fold. And we're going to bring this up nice and tall, shoulders back. All right, so I want to get just a little more hip. We're going to go into pigeon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to bring my right leg in. I'm going to extend my left leg back. We're going to come into this pigeon. So you can have this leg a bit more perpendicular if you'd like. If that's a little hard on your knee, certainly you can tuck it in a little closer. If you need a little bit of assistance, you can always tuck a block under your hip, allowing you to remain a little more square here. Sitting up really tall, shoulders back. Let's have our strap handy. Nice and tall, shoulders back. I'm going to bring this back foot in, so I'm just going to pop it up and work on pulling my heel toward my bottom. If that gets a little intense on your knee, you can keep it out here and just work on that quadricep stretch as you feel. You can always release it back to the floor. Now, if you're feeling pretty good, you're going to tuck this toe into your elbow. You can take a little bind either here in front of the chest, or if you're feeling pretty good in those shoulders, you can reach it up and over. Breathing into the stretch. Now, if you are not here, if you're still here working on pulling that heel in, this is totally fine. Now, if you have your strap, now I have a little loop in mine. I'm just going to hook it over my foot, work on this little overhead reach. So I'm going to start by holding the loop, palm up, and I'm just going to rotate, elbow up. I'm going to reach my other hand for my palm. Now, if you want to take a break here, feel free. Give yourself a little rest. Otherwise, if you're in this little overhead reach, you want to think about lengthening. carefully, slowly. I'm going to release, let that elbow drop, and bring that foot down. I'm just going to help that foot forward. Whew. Come into just a little cross-legged sit, little shoulder rolls if you need it. Since that's the way I entered the first pigeon, I'm going to enter the second pigeon that way as well. So I'm just going to bring my left leg forward, right leg back, sitting up nice and tall, guys. And again, remember, if you want to use, you can always put a block under your hip, nice and tall, help you keep those hips a bit more square. All right, so I'm going to pop this back foot in and work on pulling that heel toward my bottom. Like I said before, we're a little different on each side. So one side may feel a little better, feel a little more stretchy, a little more cooperative at times. Now, if you'd like, tuck that toe into your elbow and take your bind. Now, you can add your strap or you can take a little break. I'm going to start with my same hand, same foot, palm up, and then rotate that elbow up. I'm going to use my other hand at the elbow. You can even reach back a little deeper, hand to wrist, hand to strap. If you can reach that foot, go for that. Nice and tall. I want to think about lengthening through the neck. And carefully, slowly releasing. I'm going to bring that leg around to the front. Woo, and just give it a little stretch. All right, so I'm just going to turn. I want to face you for this next little thing. We're going to go into a butterfly stretch. So working on opening those knees out. And so what we're going to do is we're also going to add a little bit of, it looks a little bit like a wild thing, the way that we're going to reach back. So I want to think about the shoulders opening. In fact, if you have your strap, let's just do a couple of these little shoulder openers. So if you need to come to sit cross-legged as opposed to butterfly, might be a little more stable. I'm going to come up and back, up and over. Hands are nice and wide. Now if you have a stretchy band, it might give you a little more give. On this one, I feel like this one really pushes me into this stretch, which I need. Nice and tall. Let's get a couple more of these. And then bring it back and hold. And I'm just going to bring it up and over. I'm going to put my strap to the side. I'm going to go back into my butterfly. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit in my butterfly. I'm going to reach my right arm back, and then I'm going to just come up into this knee and take this little stretch. It's almost like a wild thing. I want to think about that big reach, that big stretch back, and then come down other side. So I'm going to take that left arm back and come up into that knee, lift, big stretch, reaching it back. Thinking, stretch out of that side body and come down, take it to the other side and reach and lift. Taking it down, other side. Push, push, push. Take it down. Let's get one more each side, please. Lift. And down with control, other side. Up, big push back. And come down. Woo, finding that butterfly. Bringing it in. Heels close to your center. And we're just going to ease forward. Think about leading with your heart. Nice long, flat back. Down a little deeper, elbows to the floor. And take it out even further, reaching, rounding through the back. And bringing it up, nice and slow. Okay, so let's keep your strap handy, and we'll take this into a straddle. So I'm just going to open up, comfortable distance, and start by bouncing, wiggling, shaking, anything that you need here. Nice and tall, shoulders back. And I'm just going to take a little side reach and bring it up. Now I've got my hands in front. You can always take the hands to the back. Nice and long, thinking that length down the side body. And nice little side bend. Flip it over. And just taking this side to side. All right, so this time I'm just going to bend my left leg in, and I'm going to reach to my right. I'm going to take these little circles, opening up, keeping that belly button drawn in. Let's see if we can go a little deeper into that fold. I'm trying to keep this left hip down. Now reverse. Got the Ramones behind me. They want to be sedated, so it's not super, super relaxing. And take a long stretch. And bring it up. And I'm just going to switch sides. I'm going to take that length down that left side and then take those little circles. Think about that big full range of motion in the shoulder. Keeping that right hip and knee down if you can. And let's reverse. Going a little deeper if you can. And let's take one more. Nice little deep stretch. I'm going to bring it up. Now let's extend both legs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a strap under my right foot. Same idea with that side bend stretch. And I'm going to use the strap to help pull me over a little deeper. Now if you're okay with what we just did with that little bent knee side lean, stick with that. Otherwise, I'm going to take this nice little reach, and I'm going to reach for my strap. I'm going to try to bring my shoulder in front of my knee. Lengthening. And if you're feeling pretty good and you don't need the strap, reach for the foot. I want to be able to look under this arm. So if you're kind of rounded forward, you made it there, but you're rounded forward, use the strap and be able to look up at the ceiling. All of it is progress. Even if it feels like you made it here, but you can't quite look at the ceiling, it's all good, guys. With that nice deep side bend. Actually, I can reach my foot, but I kind of like using the strap because it's allowing me to pull and use that little bit of tension. All right, so I'm just going to unhook the strap. Woo, and bring it up. Give yourself a little break, a little shake, a little wiggle if you need that. All right, so I'm going to take the strap under my left foot. We're different on each side, so one side may be your good side. All right, so I'm going to take an inhale, and I'm going to exhale and lean. So I've got my opposite hand reaching for that strap. pulling. Now I'm finding myself kind of leaning forward, so I want to be able to lean back and look up toward the ceiling. Taking that nice deep side bend. Shoulder in front of the knee if you can. Now this gets a little twisty, a little pretzel-y, so just breathe. Take it at the place where you can breathe and continue your stretch. Now if you can reach the foot, grab for the foot. I personally am kind of liking the strap because I can use that tension, maintain it, pull. All right, guys, I'm just gonna release. Woo! Come on up. Hopefully your sides feel nice and stretched. You're gonna take a quick little pancake. So if you need your blocks, I would bring your blocks. And we're gonna start with the legs and the straddle. I'm gonna give my thighs a quick little bounce, a little shake, just in case you feel like you're kind of tightening up, kind of feel a little cramp. All right, so just gonna start by leaning forward, and you can start with even just a little pelvic tilt forward and back. So think about just tilting, loosening up, getting these adductors, getting that nice little stretch. Now, once you're feeling like you can, lean into the hands. I want to keep the knees and toes pointing up and even kind of rotating slightly back. I want to keep these active. Now, as you can, coming down. So I'm just leaning into my block, letting the block support me, and I'm continuing to keep that outward rotation, keeping the knees and toes up. And if that feels pretty good, take it down. And even further, bringing your belly toward the floor. You can use your elbows to support you. So if you're here, or even if you're here, breathe into it. Just really find that stretch, find those tight spots, a couple little tilts if you need that. Otherwise, if you're here, reach those arms. Just gonna turn my head, reaching out toward those feet. All right, bring this up nice and slow. We'll lean it back. Woo. Take a nice little stretch. All right, so we've got about 10 minutes, and I want to work just a bit more of the arms and shoulders. So we're just going to start off with some little shoulder rolls. I want to grab our strap, and let's go ahead and revisit this little up and over. Nice and tall, shoulders back. Now, I'm just going to leave my right arm up, and I'm going to drop it down, and I'm going to reach back and use my strap to pull this top arm into this stretch. Now, walk your hands a little closer together, or if you even have the loop, you can utilize that loop. I'm going to tighten my loop up a little bit. Pull, nice and tall. And unwind, little shoulder rolls. Let's take it back to that little up and over, nice and tall. So up and over. So for those of us who do all that aerial stuff, I mean, those shoulders, they take a beating, and I feel like there's a lot that we should probably be doing, a lot more that we should probably be doing. So anytime we can get into those shoulders, help them out. Ready? We're going to bring it up. Left arm is going to stay. I'm going to use the loop, and I'm going to drop it down behind. Excuse me. Right arm's going to come and reach and pull. Gently pulling that left arm into that stretch, walking the hands closer together. Nice and tall. And carefully, slowly release. Giving some shoulder rolls. All right. So another little shoulder exercise that I learned from Jen Brewer, and kind of a nice little warm-up kind of thing, and Holly Jarvis does one similar, is so it's a little rotation, so kind of like a little swim. So think of it, take off your makeup, brush your hair, come up around the back. All right, so it's makeup, hair, up, and back. So when I end with my hand in the middle of my back, palm out. So just giving ourselves some of those little shoulder movements. So makeup, hair, up, and back. And makeup, hair, up, and back. A couple more like that, please. Makeup, hair, up, and back. One more. Makeup, hair, up, and back. Reaching for the upper middle back. Maybe it gets as far as it's going to get today. And release. Let's get the other side. So makeup, hair, up, and back. Makeup, hair, up, and back. So think about that big extension. So makeup, hair, big extension, up, and back. Reaching the back of the hand up into the middle of the back there. Makeup, hair, up, and back. One more, please. Makeup, hair, up, and back. Now, while we're here, let's take the other hand, reaching. Bring the pinky fingers together, if you can, and then bringing the palms together. Open the shoulders and chest. Very carefully, slowly release, and bring those hands to the front. Pushing out, opening up, cross that upper back. And take it back. All right, so let's go ahead and lay on our back. Keep your strap. Got just a few minutes, so just want to get just a couple little PNF exercises here. So we're going to start off pulling the knees into the chest. We'll start with some nerve gliding first. I'm going to lengthen my left leg, and I'm just going to come forward, engaging my abs, and I'm going to bring my hand right under my knee. I'm going to extend and bend. Extend and bend. Engaging your quadriceps, and extend and bend. Really lengthen, trying to keep this knee right about in the same spot. Lengthen. One more. Lengthen and hold. I'm going to walk my hands up, holding behind the calf. Now, you can add a little point and flex. I want to try to keep this leg down, really active and strong, pressing down. Now, a little PNF exercise. So what I want to do is push my leg into my hands at the same time. I'm pulling my leg toward me. So getting kind of that oppositional force. Inhale and exhale. So you can go a little deeper. So right now I'm relaxing. I'm kind of passively stretching. So I'm pulling my leg into the stretch. Inhale. And I'm going to exhale. Push my leg, pull my leg. Keeping that oppositional force, so actively pushing against. Now inhale, exhale, and pull. Now I want to see if I can keep my leg right there. Taking the hands away, actively pulling that leg, and passively, take that knee to a little bend. All right, let's take the other side. Take that right leg out, extending, left knee comes in, starting with our little nerve glide. So I'm just going to bring my hands right behind the knee. Each side's a little different. This side doesn't want to cooperate as much, so extend and bend. Thinking about that length. Nice and long. See if you can keep the knee in the same spot. Lengthen. All right, extend and hold. I'm going to come up and I'm going to hold right behind the calf. Now I want to push that leg into my hands at the same time. My hands are pulling that leg toward me. That oppositional, that force. Come on, press, 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 and relax. So you can lengthen into this just a tiny bit more. Another set of the PNF, so push, pull. Now I'm going to try to keep this leg right there in place. Let it go. Actively keeping that leg in. Pull, pull, pull. And pull it in. Bend the knee. Taking that little stretch. Pull both knees in. Take a moment. And we'll come up and over. So we're going to come over to our heels. We're going to have a seat, sitting up nice and tall, and I'm just resting my hips right over my heels, and this one can get a little intense, so if you're okay just sitting here, just sit here. So I'm going to reach out through my arms, and I'm just going to press, opening across the shoulders and the back. Scoop the belly. Now sitting up tall, I'm going to take a little lean back. It's kind of intense. If you feel like you need to have the hands down, and stretch the top of the foot and the ankle. So just a little bit of a lean back, and then come on down. Take that reach again. Big press. Scoop the belly. And we're going to do that again. So if you want to just sit here, you can sit here and wait. Otherwise, the hands can come down. You can have your hands out, and you're just going to lean back, lifting those knees. It's a little intense. And bring it forward. I'm going to take a little child's pose. And we're going to come back onto the ball of the foot. And we're just going to take an easy little stretch now for the heel. Take a moment. You can keep your fingers down or bring your hands up and balance. Now, I'm going to bring my hands out, and I'm just going to come forward. Now, I'm going to see if I can come back onto my heels without my hands. Working on some balance. Nice and strong here. Back to your knees with control, as much control as you can. And take a quick little stretch. Set your hands down, turn your toes under, press back into your downward facing dog, shifting through the hips if you need some of that, pedaling through the legs. And I'm going to inchworm my hands toward my feet. Taking that nice deep forward fold. Shake the head no. Soften your knees, slide your hands up. Let's come up nice and slow. At the top, big inhale, arms are going to lift up. I want you to grab your left wrist with your right hand and take an easy little side stretch. If you need your feet a little wider apart, feel free to separate them a bit. And we'll bring this up. Switch sides. Taking that nice little side bend. We're going to bring this up. Take a big inhale, arms up. Exhale. Palms are up, thumbs are back. Turn your palms back and press. Let's interlace the fingers and push, lifting the heart. Everybody, big inhale, arms are going to reach up. We're going to exhale. Thank you guys very much. Happy Saturday. Good job, everybody. How's everybody else doing? Let's see. I want my gallery.
Very good.
Here we are. Hello. Hello, hello.